What's going on, guys? It's your boy Midas, and today I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite little gimbal hacks that I use in balancing my camera vertically for shooting basically vertical videos for Instagram. Because if you're an Instagram influencer, Instagram creator of any kind, you want to kind of have your camera, balanced vertically if you're going to be using the gimbal to shoot your videos. Because if you're shooting with a gimbal, that means you want that smooth cinematic. It kind of makes your video more professional. Being able to balance your camera vertically is a perk. It makes your videos on Instagram stand out from everyone else that's got, those shaky videos. Okay, for this simple gimbal hack, I'm going to be using my Canon EOS M50 camera, my DJI Ronin SC gimbal, my SmallRig Cage, and my Canon F2.0 Pancake Lens. If you're looking for a video where I review every component of what I consider to be a great beginner, or even the perfect vlogging setup for most creators nowadays, YouTubers and Instagrammers, doesn't matter who you are, make sure to check out the video at the top of the screen right now. And you know what? Let's get right to it, man. Let me show you guys this little simple gimbal hack that I'm talking about for balancing your camera vertically. Okay, so get your SmallRig Cage and then grab your Arca Swiss release plate and your quick release plate. That should come with just about any gimbal. So you want to grab your camera and your screwdriver as well. And once you have that, you make sure that you have the 22mm, which is what I'm going to be using to balance in this tutorial. I don't know what you're going to be using, but make sure it's lightweight and it can be handled by your gimbal. So as you can see right here, I'm just placing the camera into the SmallRig Cage because that's gonna hold it in place and give me more screw holes so I can balance it vertically. As you can see right now, it's holding it in place. Okay, so now I'm just going to attach the Arca Swiss release plate to the bottom so it's basically hanging vertically. As you can see, I'm just going to use my screwdriver here to attach it to the SmallRig Cage. So all I gotta do is find a nice little spot where I want it to, that's kind of centered. You want something that's really centered, and just screw it in right there, man. So you just want to get that Arca Swiss release plate attached, and then grab your regular quick release plate and just make sure it's pointing towards the lens end when you attach it, just like you would if you know how to balance horizontally, because this is just balancing vertically. So you want to make sure you basically follow that same concept, except now you've got a hole at the bottom or vertically on your camera with the SmallRig Cage. So I've got my DJI Ronin SC gimbal right here right now. As you can see right now, I'm going to try to balance the camera on it vertically. It's basically the same concept about the arms. You want to make sure you have them all locked up. As you can see, I've got mine all locked up right now, and once you have that locked up, all that's left is to balance it. Now you get the screwdriver out the way like that, and you grab your camera. As you can see, mine is already pretty much set up. Make sure you have yours set up the way you would before you balance horizontally. You can go watch videos online about how to balance with your camera, with your gimbal horizontally, because this is for the DJI Ronin SC gimbal. I don't know for sure how it works with everything else, but I'm pretty sure it should be similar concept. I'm just gonna basically go through the balancing process, loosen the first roll axis, or basically the tilt axis. I'm gonna loosen that up, as you can see, and try to balance that. I'm gonna try to get this to lay or to be suspended in the air horizontally is what I'm trying to do in this clip right here. And as you can see right now, I've kind of got it hanging or suspended in thin air or in mid-air, which is exactly what I'm looking for. As you can see, it's pretty much suspended right there. I almost knocked that thing off the table. But the next thing I'm going to do now is tighten that arm and then basically just pull it downwards. So as you can see, it always just goes up to that position regardless of whatever I'm doing to the setup. So next thing I'm doing right here is basically opening or unlocking the bottom of the second axis, which is the roll axis, but I'm not really balancing that yet. I'm still balancing the tilt axis. I just need to kind of get it to be able to sit facing directly forward, as you can see right there. So all you got to do is loosen the bottom one there and just adjust it until it's suspended and just facing directly right there, and you just screw it and lock it in. You just lock it in. As you can see right there, I'm locking mine, and as you can see, it's just suspended with the tilt axis unlocked at this point. The tilt axis is unlocked, so now you want to make sure you lock in. There's a little screw right next to the roll axis. lock that you can just use to pre-program, so you don't forget next time you try to do this. So basically you lock that up and you open up the roll axis, which is the second axis we're going to balance now. As you can see, it's basically just, you know, all over the place. It's not that crazy because I've balanced this multiple times, so it probably was already close to that. But you want to basically move it. You want to unlock the roll axis, is lock at the bottom there, and then just basically try to suspend it, get it suspended so it's, you know, centered basically, so it's you move it left or right depending on which side you think, you know, it's going to balance properly. But right now, as you can see right there, it's properly balanced. I can pretty much lock it up at this point and move on to my pan axis, which is the last and the final axis, and in my opinion the easiest one to balance. As you can see right there, it's now basically balanced. I'm switching it over so I can do the pan axis. I just unlocked it, and now I'm just going to tilt it about 45 degrees or tilt it towards a 45-degree angle. As you can see, it tilts or pans, and you don't want it to really pan. You want it to just kind of stay suspended. So I'm going to unlock that axis as well, and basically once I have it unlocked, I'm going to tilt it, and as it moves, I'll kind of, you know, offset whatever direction the weight is falling. As you can see, the weight is falling in that direction, so I'm going to offset that by pulling it backwards right there. As you can see, I'm going to pull that little arm backwards, and I'm going to try again and try to get it. You see, now I think I pulled it too much backwards, so I'm going to just pull it forward a little bit again. As you can see, it's a little too much. So we're basically balancing at this point. So it's a trial and error thing, but you kind of get the idea as you go. It gets easier, and it gets so much more, you know, you get so much more efficient at it. As you can see, I've got it right there now. It's pretty much suspended. It's not moving. It falls in the same position, and that's it. It's basically balanced. That's all you have to do to get that perfect cinematic shot that, you know, everyone's looking for. As you can see, that's it right there. It's nothing crazy, nothing difficult. Now you can just get that smooth cinematic footage that everyone's looking for, and on Instagram that just blows, you know, most people out the water, and it blows your followers' mind. You know, it's awesome, man. Trust me, I shoot like that. You can go check out my Instagram page at tm.midas, where I shoot a lot of fitness videos with this system, so you guys can kind of see how it works. As you can see right there, it's almost like a robot. It's fun to work with. This makes the whole process of creating videos a lot more fun, in my opinion. But hey, everyone's got a different opinion right there, but you can do so much with a gimbal than just shoot cinematic videos. There's gimbal movements, there's shots you can only shoot with a gimbal that you would want to be able to shoot. So if you're looking for any of these things, make sure to go down in the description. Okay, so there you go. There's your little simple gimbal hack right there. I hope you guys learned something from that tutorial right there. If you don't already have those pieces, like the camera, the gimbal, the SmallRig Cage, and the lens, you can pick those up through my link down in the description below. Make sure to buy through those links, because I do get a small commission off of that, and I would really appreciate any support I can get so I can keep bringing you guys these awesome videos. If you made it to this point of the video, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you're looking for a video comparing the Moto Aircross 2 to the DJI Ronin SC gimbal, which is the gimbal that we used in this video, make sure to check out the video on the screen right now. And you know what guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, it's Midas, and I am out.